One of the issues that are kind of important to you?
Probably education.
Which one of the issues that's kind of important to you tonight?
I'm sort of a post-gen baby boomer, so obviously healthcare and education are big issues for me, as well as what are we trying to do to eliminate the poverty issue, all that are not just big issues with Senator Obama, but with the next presidential election.
What makes this a pleasure for me is because I get to discuss some of the issues that have to do with us, which is the young adult generation. Even though I'm probably not that young anymore, but I still understand the needs of the younger generation. Because in between senior citizenship and I would say 55 to 40, we're still considered the youth when it comes to certain things, especially politics. Most of the people that are from 18 to 34 feel like they have no voice. So we're going to see what the senator says to them. Back in a minute.
The reason we haven't done it is not because we don't know how to create a better healthcare system. It's because we've had the insiders and the lobbyists writing the bills. But that's going to change. We know what we need to do on education. We know that early childhood education works. And that if you provide kids who need it the educational support that they need early on, that pays dividends their entire lifetime. We know that the single most important ingredient for a good education for our young people is good teachers. And we need to pay our teachers more. And we need to give them more flexibility. They want to be held accountable. We know what to do. They want their students to perform. But we need to give them the resources to do it. And what's preventing us from doing it, the reason that No Child Left Behind left the money behind, is because it's not because we don't know how to educate these young people. It's because we have decided as a country that there's some young people who we don't need to educate. And that is unacceptable. That's un-American. We know what needs to be done in terms of giving everybody in this economy a fair shake. That we have to invest in infrastructure in the cities and in the rural areas. We got to lay down broadband lines so that they have access to the new economy. And we've got to train our workers for the jobs of the future, not just the jobs of the past. We know that we've got to negotiate fair agreements in this country, across the world, because we believe in trading with every country on earth. But we don't want to be taken advantage of. We want to make sure that we're looking after American workers right here. And we don't want to be giving tax breaks to companies for shipping jobs overseas. We want to give tax breaks to companies that are investing right here in America.
How important is the 18 to 34-year-old vote to you?
This is going to be a critical election for young people. I think that we're seeing a generational change politically. I think that this campaign represents hopefully a turning of the page and looking at a new kind of politics. Obviously, I'm a different kind of candidate than the traditional presidential candidate. And my hope is that young people see themselves being able to change the agenda. Not just on the war in Iraq, but also what are we doing about jobs in our communities around the country? Are we dealing with the ex-offender population in a way that gives them a second chance? Are we investing in the education system so that all children are compete? Those are all issues that are important to younger voters, and I think there's a chance where they can make a huge difference.
Do you know, particularly, or just from what you've heard, I guess, about Barack Obama?
I can't really say that I don't trust him because I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but I personally think he's going to be soft on the extremists, on the terrorists.
And why do you feel that?
Because the Democrats have had a history of cutting the military, defense spending, and homeland security. They love doing that. It just seems like the Democrats don't even give a rat's behind about the everyday people.